Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk about ratios and proportions in similar triangles. Well, that's how we're going to end up applying it. And ratios and proportions are basically just fractions. A ratio, by definition, is the comparison of two numbers using division. That's what I mean by fractions. The ratio of a to b, where b cannot equal 0 because you can't have 0 underneath your fraction. So it says it can be written as a to b, or a colon b, or a over b. So if you were to see something as the aspect ratio is 32 to 18 or 16 to 9, those are similar. Those are similar fractions. 32 over 18 would equal the same exact thing as 16 over 9. So right here it's showing you that 32 over 18 is just twice the value of 16 and 9. So things that are proportional are fractions that equal the same thing, like 1 over 2 equals 0.5, 2 over 4 equals 0.5, 50 over 100 equals 0.5. Those are all different fractions, but they equal the exact same thing, so therefore they're all proportional to one another. And you've probably done some proportions in earlier math classes as well. So let's do a few examples here. Okay, so in Logan's High School, there's 190 teachers and 2,650 students. What's the approximate teacher ratio at his school? So that's the teacher-student ratio. How many teachers are there, or how many students are there to how many teachers? So the way they're asking this is you're just going to put the students over the teachers. So if we're to write the ratio of that, it's real simple. Just going to write 2,650 over 190. And we got some big numbers here, so we're going to simplify things. And we could get let's type this in and get a simplified fraction. If you were to type this in, you'd get, well, I guess 265 over 19. So you might see that it expressed that way as well. But we can, let's get the decimal answer when you divide this. You're going to get about 13.0947. So that's really close to 14. So to write my final answer, since that's so close to 14, you want to try and get it down to something like that. It would be a 14 to 1 ratio. That's pretty fair to say. Guess you could say 265 to 19 to 1 ratio, but the 14 to 1 one, that works just as well. Okay, example 2. The number of students that participate in sports programs at Central High School is 520. The total number of students in the school is 1,850. Find the athlete to student ratio to the nearest tenth. Okay. So we got how many students? 1850. We got 520 athletes. Alright, let's type this in. Simplified fraction. Well, that's not going to simplify that much. 185 over 52. Let's get the decimal approximation here. Looks like it's 3.558. Alright, so I'm not going to round completely up on that one. We'll just say 3.558 8 students for every 1 athlete. Almost 1 out of 4. Almost. Okay, so now we're going to apply something called extended ratios. And what an extended ratio is that we're trying to compare like 3 or more quantities rather than 2. And so here we have this triangle, 3x is an angle, 5x is an angle, and 4x is an angle. So the ratio, I guess you'd see it something like this. 3x colon 4x colon 5x. But it makes a lot more sense where these all have x's with them, and all the angles inside a triangle add up to 180. So really, this looks harder than what it is. This is just a simple solving for x problem. These are all angle measures, so that's why it equals 180 again. So, and this is an x in the middle. So 3x plus 4x plus 5x, that's going to be 12x. 12x equals 180. Cool, what's 180 divided by 12? Looks like 15. Okay, so what did each angle measure? What's 3 times 15? 45 degrees. What's 4 times 15? That's 60 degrees. What is 5 times 15? That's 75 degrees. I'm going to fix this one, 45 degrees. It's not erasing on my tablet, so I'm just going to write 45 again. And then remember, you can always do a check. What's 45 plus 75 plus 60? 5 plus 5 is 10. So 4, 5, 12, 6. That's 180. We did it right. Yay. Alright, let's move on to the next page. Alright, look. In a triangle, the ratio of measures of the sides is 2 to 2 to 3, and the perimeter is 392 inches. So on the other one, I gave you degree measures, and you knew it was going to equal 180 by definition of a triangle, really. So this one, I'm not giving you angles, so don't set it equal to 180. I'm giving you the perimeter, so set it equal to 392. And just put x's with it. 2x plus 2x plus 3x, that's a 3, equals 3, 9, I was about to write a 2, 392. So 2 plus 2 plus 3, that's 4, plus 3, that's 7. So we got 7x equals 392. Okay, I'm just going to divide each side by 7. And x equals, let's type in into my calculator, 392 divided by 7, 56. Okay, let's plug each back in. I'm going to write that in red. What's the 2x side equal? What's 2 times 56? 112. So that's 112. That means this one's going to be 112. 112. And what's 3 times 56? 168. And then of course you can double check by re-adding 168 plus 112 plus 112. it's going to equal 392. Okay, so let's talk about proportions. Proportions again are two fractions that have different numbers but they equal the same thing. Like 3 over 6 is 0.5, 1 over 2 is 0.5, they're proportional. So with proportions, when you're going to use them in math class, you're going to get it down. Oftentimes you'll have 3 things you know, and then you cross multiply and divide to get the thing you don't know. They get a little bit more complex, like in this B example and the other B example. I just realized I didn't make it say C. Oh well. Okay. So some people, they call this the butterfly method because you have to cross multiply. The reason why you cross multiply is because there's an equal sign in the middle, not like a plus, minus, multiplication or division sign. That's an equal sign. So if we were to solve this out a long way, what we'd essentially be doing is cross multiplying. And so it looks like a butterfly, although mine look like a couple of wet band-aids laid across each other. But yeah, let's do what's 6 times 31.5? I get 189, so 189 equals, what's 21 times x? 21x. So let's divide. What's 189 divided by 21? I get 9. X equals 9. And that's it. You could plug it back in, type in 6 divided by 9, and you'll get 2/3. And you type in 21 divided by 31.5, that's 2/3, or 0.6 forever. Let's do this one. This one's going to be fun. At least I think it will be. Same method. Always cross multiply, then divide. Only, when we cross multiply, we're going to have to write it like this. 5 times x plus 3, that's going to equal whatever 2 times 4x is. So remember, you're going to distribute this. What's 5 times x? 5x. What's 5 times 3? 15. What's 2 times 4x? 8x. Okay. Now it looks a lot more manageable. I know 5x is smaller than 8x, so I'm going to minus that over. 15 equals 3x. Cool. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X equals 5. Okay. And let's plug it back in. 4x would be 4 times 5. That's 20. What's x plus 3? That's 5 plus 3. That's 8 for this one. So, yeah, 8 over 2 is 4. What's 20 over 5 equal? That's 4. See? They're proportional. Okay, let's do this one. Alright, I got negative 4 times 2y plus 5. And I got 6 times 7. Negative 4. Parentheses 2y plus 5 equals 6 times 7. I'm just going to write 42. I know 6 times 7 is 42. Okay. Distribute. This is going to equal negative 8y. The negative 4 times 5 is negative 20. And that's 42. Okay. I got negative 8y minus 20. Next logical step would just be to add 20 over. Oh, 62. Alright, so what's 62 divided by negative 8? Looks like negative 7.75. And so what I'm going to do is, to to figure out this length, I'm going to plug in, I'm going to do 2 times negative 7.75. And that's negative 15.5. So negative 15.5 plus 5 is negative 10.5. So 10.5 negative. Then I'm going to circle it because that's my answer. Negative 10.5 is right there. Yeah, so those are proportions. That's about as hard as it's gonna get. Let's hear. I got one more example that I haven't done. It's a word problem, but we're gonna make some fractions with it. And so Fernando conducted a survey of 50 students driving to school and found that 28 owned cars. 755 students drive to school. Predict the total numbers who own cars. So why don't we just do like students over cars, and so you just maintain the same order when you're setting up your fractions. So 50 students, 28 own cars. That's going to equal, it says 755 students drive, so that's going on bottom. Those are the car students. So we're looking for the S on top. Okay, let's cross multiply and divide. I get, what's 50 times 755? 50 times 755 is 37750 equals 28S. So let's cross multiply. Now is the divide step. Divide that by 28. 37750 divided by 28. And it looks like we're getting a decimal, which is always fun. 1,348.2. So I'm just going to round down, and I'm going to say 1,348 students. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, great. If you're still paying attention, let's do a couple of problems on your homework assignment. The ones you probably wouldn't like to do would be something like 3 and 6, whereas 1, 2, 4, and 5 are a bit easier. Maybe 5 is a little challenging, but if you can do 3 or 6, that's about as difficult as it's going to get. So let's just look at number 3 right now. Okay, so I got 10 times x plus 22. And that's going to equal 30 times x plus 2. That's a 2. Doesn't look very good. Okay, let's distribute. 10x plus 220 equals 30x. 30 times 2 is 60 plus 60. So let's balance this out. 10x is smaller than 30x. So I'm going to minus that over. And 60 is smaller than 220. So it makes more sense to put that over there. So let's see here. 220 minus 60 is 160, and 30x minus 10x is 20x. So I just divided that. 160 divided by 20. It's going to get me 8. x equals 8. And since neither one of these was just x, I'm just going to plug it back in. What's 8 plus 22? That's 30. What's 8 plus 2? That's 10. Hey, look. It says it equals 30 over 10. That's the same thing, see? So, yeah, that's it plugged back in. Yeah, so number 6 will be a lot like that. Okay. And these are going to be like that triangle one. I want you to solve for x and plug it back in. The ratio of measures of three angles of a triangle are 7, 9, and 20. So just go 7x plus 9x plus 20x. What's that going to equal? Did I tell you what it equals? No. But what did I say about them? I said they were angles. What do angles equal in a triangle? That's right, 180 degrees. So now it's just a matter of combining like terms. 7x plus 9x plus 20x. That's going to be 29. That's going to be 36x equals 180. Okay, what's 180 divided by 36? 180 divided by 36 is 5. X equals 5. Cool. See how I said there are 4 answers? I want you to plug it back in. That's no big deal. So we got 7 times 5. That's going to be 35. We got 9 times 5. That'll be 45. And then I have 20 times 5, which is 100. Hey, what's 35 plus 45 plus 100? That'll equal 180. So there are my other 3 answers. So I have 4 total answers. And that's it. I hope this helped. Bye.